What make people fail in the beginning is like they cannot cope with the pressure of the things that they don't know. Even some of my friends that joined me back then, they was co-founder, but then after 1 or 2 years, they actually decided to quit and do something else. The moment when I start something, I don't give up. I want to keep it survive.
Welcome to the 7-Figure Founder Podcast. I'm your host, Linh Podetti. I'm an entrepreneur founder and proud member of Entrepreneurs Organisation EO, a global community of over 20,000 business founders committed to growth, learning, and connection. In this episode, I sit down with Wynnley, an accomplished entrepreneur transforming the dining and hospitality landscape in Vietnam. Vin's story is one of adaptability, innovation, and vision. After returning from the UK to teach at a university, he transitioned into the food and beverage industry, launching his first concept, 2F, and later scaling his signature brand, Zumwhere. Vin shares how he navigated challenges like COVID-19, pivoting into cloud kitchens, and how he's now expanding into high-end hospitality with Wynnley Venue Retreats in Ho Chi Minh City. Along the way, we explore powerful lessons on leadership, resilience, culture, and elevating local luxury to global standards. Tune in for an inspiring conversation about bold ideas, thoughtful execution, and what it truly takes to become a 7-figure founder. Well, welcome to the show, Vin. So great to have you here.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to deep dive into your journey on how you started your business. But before we, talk about your past and how you got there, would love for your own explanation of what your business does, who it serves, and how long you've been around.
All right. I actually studied finance from the UK, but then I worked in the industry for a few years, and then by chance I got into F&B. And my first startup that I did back then was funny. It's a Durian bakery chain.
I love Durian. Yum.
Yeah, it's a crazy idea, I was doing that while I was still working full time with one of my friends. We opened a few small shops. The startup cost was not too high. It's like a takeaway counter, We opened a few of that. It make money. Then we got into a restaurant, a beer restaurant, and it was a lot of job. It was a lot of work. We did. I didn't know how to run it. It's a lot. It's a lot to do. Kitchen, marketing, operations, construction, everything. So that when I was decided to quit my full-time job and start full-time with the startup journey back then in 2015. That's my when I opened my first restaurant. And then we started Zumstart in 2018. That's the new concept that we did. That is a bit more. It's a modern restaurant, like it's a drinking outdoor resort style, where people can host events and birthdays. You will see more of these in, I think in Australia have a lot, but in Vietnam don't have a lot of these concepts. It's more like family dinings in shopping mall and traditional concepts. We open a few locations. COVID hit. After COVID, we scaled down a little bit. Luckily, still survive. During COVID, we did a delivery concept, quite successful. That's when we started with our software company. We create a SaaS software to deliver our food during COVID. Open 10 cloud kitchens in like 2 months to replace the business of the restaurant. And it was actually making money during COVID, and it saved all of the restaurant location. Back then we have 3 restaurants. And then after COVID, the business is kind of bounced back for the first year because people come back to consumption. But then, in Vietnam, there's more economic problems, political real estate crash and everything. So in the last 2 to 3 years, the market is kind of go down a little bit in consumer. Recently, we just finished a new project. It's the first largest outdoor wedding event center in Ho Chi Minh City.
Wow.
It's 1.7 acres in District 2, Thủ Đức City. And it's a new outdoor concept. In Vietnam, it's mostly people do wedding home in ballroom, wedding ballroom, indoor air conditionings. And this is the first concept ever that people can, do outdoor events, kind of lifestyle on the grass field. We always love outdoor. Even our restaurant always is always like a garden. It's always the vibe we try to create is like if you sit in Sydney or, Bali, not in Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah. Wow, there's so much to unpack there. Thank you so much for sharing. So talk about Zumstart. Like, where did you get the name from? Who is your target audience that you were really making the business for?
Our restaurant is called Zumwhere. And when we was first created, we kind of a startup. So that's why our first name for the business, we call it Zumstart. It's like, let's start from now. Yeah. So that's the idea for the star. That's the name for the restaurant part of the company. We have another arm for the SaaS. We call it Cloud Food System. And in the past few years, the team focused on product development. And this year also it can be starting to be commercialized. We can start selling it outside. We have a reservation system, delivery, counter service, POS, and full restaurant POS.
Yeah. Okay. So, considering you're so entrepreneurial, you're always coming up with new innovations and ideas. Can you take me back when you were younger? Did you grow up in a family of entrepreneurs? How did you learn to be so creative?
Not really. My family is back then, like most Vietnamese, our generation, they work for the government. Actually, they're also in business role in government, but they're not entrepreneurial at all. I mean, they do some investment like anyone else in Vietnam, buy some land, it's grow up in price, but they don't run a business themselves. Actually, the only person who do business is my grandmother. She having like a shop, like I don't know what else she do, but I heard that she do like ice trading during the war, and she have like tiệm tạp hóa. What's the English, right?
Tiệm tạp hóa? I don't know either.
You understand? Mini supermarket, right? Kind of like a mini supermarket at home and selling. It's not a big business as own, but it's that's what she does.
Even though your parents aren't entrepreneurial or they're not into business yet, when you were starting businesses, were they against it? Were they worried about you, or were they like, hey, go for it?
My dad is okay. He don't give much advice. He let, but my mom is always got worry. In the first couple of years, is a lot of stress. Like any other Asian parents, my mom always afraid of like, you do business, it's a lot of work, you better work for foreign banks or something like that,
And then what drove you to start your own business? Like, what was that big motivation and that motivation to also not give up and keep going when it's hard?
I think when I first started, I started small, right? I just focused on keeping the business running and profitable. I didn't think like, oh, I'm gonna do billions projects or something like that back then, right? So we just like to open something, and when we open it, we want it to survive, and we do on the because you don't have a lot of resources when you first started, right? So you kind of have to hire a part-time marketing guy. You don't have money to hire a full-time guy, right? So I asked one of my friends who do marketing for our company and pay him like a few $100 to do a few hours a week for me, and that's enough. So I kind of figure out how to run all the departments at a minimum cost. Because what people don't realize is that even just for a coffee shop or a restaurant, you don't open a mom and pop shop, you open a company. That's why it's a lot of work. It's not like you still need marketing, because some people think, oh, they just need to open their restaurant or then they will have customer. It's not. You have to run social media. Back then, Facebook was very strong in Vietnam. You need to do related tasks to like stock control and, accounting, tax, those kind of things. Is apart from the operation, right? What people see directly is only operations. Like, oh, customer come, we serve. But that is only 1/5 of the job, right? The rest people don't see is on hidden tasks. And when there are nobody help them, like when they are working in a company, right? They only need to run one part of one department. That's where I think where most people fail. They don't realize that they need to have to be a mini CEO to run everything. And when they got pressure, I think what make people fail in the beginning is like they cannot cope with the pressure of the things that they don't know. And, plus with the business pressure, if they don't have customer, then everything add up. Families, financial families, that's where people give up. A lot of people, even some of my friends that joined me back then, they was co-founder, but then after 1 or 2 years, they actually decided to quit and do something else. Actually, they were fine, but they just realized it's not for them. They cannot. They're not good at running everything. All maybe they like to do something else. Some other guys who are a little bit more creative, he like to do some, something that he later opened a interior design company with another friend. People are born to do different things. And I think to be a founder, you need to be flexible at solving a lot of problems, not just for tasks.
Yeah. So did you start off being in the kitchen at all, or were you really just a businessman running a food and beverage type company?
I'm more on the front line. So because normally when I open something, I'm gonna be at the front line and observing things, because you need to care about the customer touch point, because like kitchen is more like production, right? So it's you just need a good team. You taste the food. If it's okay, it's run, right? You don't need to stand in the kitchen to watch them. I mean, plus it's hot anyway, so let them do. So I was like overall businessman from the beginning. I am very detailed, but I don't really get into doing those, because I don't think if you stuck in the detailed job and you do it by yourself, then it's just a lot of distraction of running the overall picture. But there are things that the team cannot do, but it can save a lot of money. Like for example, when we construct the restaurant, for example, if you can split the task into smaller tasks, then you can save a lot of money instead of hiring a general constructor, stuff like that. So those are the things that I got involved to. So instead of you paying 100K, 200K, you save, you put it in some effort for 2 months and you only invest 100K. Then back then, that's where the detail job that I involved to. And plus, marketing and stuff, you still need to input your own idea of your concept and stuff, right? You have your designer, but maybe they don't get the idea of the concept that you want to deliver to restaurant, to your customer.
Yeah. And then how do you separate your time with different businesses? Like now that you've got this new venture and the app business, which one gets more attention and how do you manage your weekly schedule?
I mean, it's still hard. I mean, we have our, the new venture is still belong to the restaurant company. So for the back office, they still share the resources. So for example, same marketing, same HR team. But these convention wedding center will be more sales focused. Restaurant will be like more B2C marketing, but convention will be more B2B. Like B2B sale is gonna be more like corporate events. So we spend more time on the sales team rather than marketing. Marketing is mostly for branding. I gotta say, up to now, I'm still not yet a good time management CEO. I'm still learning, to be honest. I'm still learning. I think I will be lucky if I have more people under me at director levels who know in detail what to do with their department. But everything is always, moving in the start. When the team is not stable yet, you already have a new project. So you got to learn to bear with it and keep it running. But I think my lesson is the business cannot be stable if you don't have a few key people that is stable with the company, because that's where they bring instability, right? You introduce some procedures, but after a while you change to a new person, then you have to recreate everything again.
Yeah, it is. People are the best asset, but they're also the biggest problem in business, I would say. Are there any examples of team or challenges working with people that you experience in business, or maybe in business in Vietnam in general?
The ideal stage for a CEO is should be just setting up the goals and monitor, deliver your vision. But it's only a theory, right? I mean, normally it takes a long time for your team to understand what you want. If you want to be successful or be innovative, you have to introduce something at a high standard. And you are a new company and you don't have a system to keep that standard. For example, we are in high-end hospitality, and we're talking about company like Marriott, Park Hyatt, and those are the team. They have a system. What people don't realize that those companies have a big system behind them. So the procedures they introduce to keep the standard at their hotels has been around for 50, 100 years. And for example, if one head chef in Ho Chi Minh City doesn't work out, then he have someone to replace him from Bangkok. And they have all the system to monitor the quality and the effectiveness of those people. And they are a big company and they always have spare resources. For example, they're going to have buffer of people, of labor costs. If some don't work out, they replace. They have time and resources. For us, right, we want someone who are keeping our standard at a high level, but at the same time have to be flexible to adapt to the changing environment in startup. And those like you're looking for some people with two characters, and they have to be loyal to your company and understand you and work well with the founding team and everything. They are challenging because I don't think staff is hard. I think middle manager is hard. Finding a good staff level is not actually. Younger kids are very easy to work with. Their salary is not too high. They're always willing to learn. You tell them they do, but for manager director level, the moment when you put in a little bit of expectation, right? You give them some goal or some task, and you want to let go and do something else. I mean, focus on another area in the company. A lot of the time, it's easier said than done. Like, I don't think a lot of people will hit their KPI without you chasing them or create a system to chase them. For example, there are areas that I underestimate in the beginning, that I learned later on. For example, in the beginning, I was thinking, let's pay the staff and the manager a little bit higher than market. Then you will have good people and they will focus on doing well for the company. But then I realized it's also wrong, because you need to put in the right procedures and expectation and measurement, because people only discipline and do well if you keep measuring them. And you do this wrong, you do this good. I mean, you pay them high without linking it to the task and to the performance. You only make them feel easy, not making them feel motivated and trying harder. So there are important department in F&B and hospitality. For example, you have department called audit, or how to say, quality control. Those kind of department. It sounds like it's a small department, but it's actually very important, because operations, they even in 5-star hotel, international brand, that same person, you put them in your environment, they still doesn't work. That same person, don't expect that you pay them the same, they will deliver as they was in Marriott. No, they will work differently. They will become another person when they join your company, because over there they have many bosses above them. They cannot afford to make mistake. Over there, they make one mistake, already 3 bosses remind them in the morning, right? But in a company like a startup environment, we don't have that luxury of have many monitoring system, right? That's why people tend to underperform when they join. But in their mind, they think that they have to work harder because they have to deal with new problems. It's actually, the expectation is the same, but because they don't have the support system like a big company, they feel that they have to work more. But in your eye as a founder or CEO, you feel that they are underperformed, right? So there are always like gap of expectation, and you need to slowly find person who are, they're gonna be 70% fit what you want is already good, and you 60, 70, and you need them to have good attitude and willing to hear what you feedback and slowly, fixing the problem that the company currently have. That's already good. Don't expect them to know on the solution from the beginning. I learned to be a little bit more patient and give people time, and try to see what is the core problems. Like, for example, from what I said, right? For example, operation, if you want it to run perfectly, you need a quality control and audit department and training to keep enhancing what they're doing, because it's like operation running without QC is like you are a student with no exam. And if your teacher never give you tasks, you never care to do homework. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah, good point.
When you drive the car, but there's no police. Even though you are a good attitude person, you always violate the law. That's what I learned. Like think about it, right? There's no traffic light, there's no police. We're not gonna follow any rule. Like most people is like that. So QC and is not something bad. It's actually keeping everything in check, and also training and motivation. Those are the basic things that you need to run.
Yeah. Are you doing a lot of those QC, or have you got people that you really trust doing that role?
And that department should be independent, because like what I did wrong is like I go to a restaurant and I QC myself. As a CEO position, you should not do that, because like then you will be appear to be a difficult boss, and only when you go down then there's a problem, right? I mean, like there's no need to do that. I should not be the one who check in or the one who penalize them. There should be a department doing it, and then okay, what they do is they take this picture, put on the files rating. This store is 80 out of 100. This store is 75 out of 100. This store don't get this bonus this month. This store got like rewards because they 3 months above 90, something like that. And this should come out from HR and stuff like that, not from me.
That's a good
right?
point.
And then
Wow.
yeah, and I only should jump in to help people. Okay, this person make this mistake the first time, so maybe don't deduct the bonus, give him another chance, and then the CEO appear to be a good person.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
You don't.
it's not something like politics or anything, but actually it's keep everything. It make people feel better, because like for example the director of operation, they will report directly to me, and we don't want to have a tense relationship of like for example, like if you violate the laws, right? The one who penalize them is the head of police department, not the prime minister or the president, right? The prime minister always appear to, I don't care about those small stuff. There's a law, and there are people who monitor it, and who violate the law and pay the penalize. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
But,
Good point.
yeah, but back to that. Vietnamese culture. I think I'm not sure, but I learned that I think it's because of the difference in wage gap. When I was working in the UK or maybe overseas, I think same in Australia. I think people who are in, for example, this area also, they are very, how to say, tự giác, is they have self-discipline on doing their tasks. And people in more developed country, they are more care about losing their jobs, and they don't like people to remind them a lot and stuff. I think Vietnam is moving there, but it's not there yet. We still low salary, low living income expense country. So people often moving around a lot. They quit one job, stay home for a few months, find another job. Here you can still find a room for $100. That's sometimes they share the room with the friends, or they go back to hometown if they don't have job. So they can afford to live for 6 months to 1 year without much problem. That's why they often thinking of quitting one job because of problems, and joining is a solution. But it's not a solution. It's they keep moving around, and it affects only the employer. And so
Yeah. So, with business being so challenging and lots of people quitting, even employee or co-founders, what do you love about business? What does it bring to you that makes you enjoy this journey?
for me, what I learned about myself is the moment when I start something, I don't give up. I want to keep it survive, right? Because when you open something, it's like your baby, and you want it to live. So running a business is always up and down. Where there's that time you're gonna be excited, you're doing very well, you make a lot of money. There are times that you feel so bad. Everything is against you. You think that nobody understand you. The whole company is in chaos. And that time that we run a few hundred people, right? Still now our company have a few hundred employees, and there's a lot of things going on. But I don't know. People often ask like, why do you choose working for a company or doing your own startup? I got into startup, very by chance, right? I just like to do something myself, even if I work for a company, I think I also gonna work hard. I think running a startup is harder. It's a different way. But what I like that fit my character is I think I can put my own vision in it. This is like your baby, right? You don't have to depend on other people. You can create your brand. You can create your concept. You can do something that you think nobody ever done in your market. And those are like the exciting thing, right? And
Yeah.
nobody will believe it in the beginning. Everybody gonna say it hard. People often don't understand it.
Yeah. So tell me about your convention or the wedding venue where it's outdoor. How do you endure the weather in Vietnam? How do you make it outdoor? Because it's really hot.
We actually have both. We have outdoor. We have semi-outdoor with the roof, with the rectangular roof. So when it's rain, we cover it. And we also have a boardroom as well.
When is it open?
It's already open.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the venue?
It's called Wynnley Venue and Retreats. So the name is like venue and retreat. It sounds like resort, right? I mean, what is do you often go back to Vietnam?
Yes, I was there 2 times this year. I'm going to go back again this coming month. So maybe I can visit it if it's around.
So you will see that in Vietnam, only cities like Nha Trang or Da Nang, then you have a lot of urban space, right? But in city like Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi, it's a lot of population.
Crowded.
Everything is dense, crowded, and it's very hard for you to escape to nature, right? And recently, in the past few years, people start to do wedding in the lake in Phu Quoc, right? But those are like quite expensive and related only and time consuming, because they have to fly out, and their guests also have to fly out. So it's the first time where you can do something that is real outdoor, big space, big events in the heart of Ho Chi Minh, and that's where I always love nature. I hate I don't know. I work in the office for the whole day, air conditioning. In the evening, I just want to get out to open air. That's my style.
Yeah. That's so exciting. So, as we wrap up, I would love to just ask us, I guess, a wrap up question is like, with everything that you've achieved and going to achieve, what's your ultimate purpose, or what do you want to be remembered for?
Our concepts that we do, right, is rarely a replication of anything in the market in Vietnam. We always do something new and a little bit more like we always learn the best practice overseas to apply something new in Vietnam. I'm still very early in my startup career. I mean, it's actually about 10 years since I started, but then we have a few first humble years, and then we hit COVID for a couple of years, and then we bounce back again. So I think there are many things can happen in the future. So right now, our vision is to be known as local luxury hospitality players. So in Vietnam right now, normally the local company always focus on restaurant and cafe. You know, they small concept only. And international brand, they will focus on building big hotels and resort because the budget is enough for them. So for something as a medium scale, like, you know, for example, like a very large format restaurant or a venue center, you don't have a lot of players that can run at the you know, we try to be 5-star level. We building the team, and we want to create the design and the culture of the team that actually deliver international service level service from a local team. Because before people always think of like, oh, only the foreign brand can deliver that standard. But I think there are a lot of smart people, smart Vietnamese people right now who are very experienced in their field as well, including operation and chef and marketing.
Yeah. Will you say that you want to make Vietnamese proud? That you want to represent the Vietnamese people and show that you can compete with the big boys or be as innovative as the bigger players without having to spend as much money as the bigger players?
Yeah, I wouldn't say compete because we already choose a niche, and they actually we kind of can partner as well. Because for example, in Vietnam, certain international brand they would want to partner with a strong F&B player for some outlets and their big projects as well. And also real estate developer. For example, the project that we're doing right now, we actually partner with a real estate company and running it within their projects. That's how we got the land and everything. So I think partner is a great way to grow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I've learned so much from you, Vin. I really felt like you're thinking big, you're innovating, you're not afraid to be bold, but at the same time, this collaborative, open to learning. And yeah, there's so many truth bombs that you shared. So thank you so much for the opportunity today. And how do people connect with you? If they're listening to you, they enjoyed the story, where do you hang out online, or how do they find you?
I'm mostly on Facebook and in Vietnam, Zalo chat. I'm also on WhatsApp or by WhatsApp, Facebook. I'm not on LinkedIn a lot, I should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll find you in your restaurants. We'll reach out and find you there.
Yeah. So anyone go to Vietnam, you can host an event at Zumwhere or Wynnley. So actually, what I didn't tell you is like Zumwhere hosts a lot of startup event. So that's where I all of my friend circle are like something like EO, right? Technology startup. They investor from overseas. They often hang out in the same circles. They drink at the restaurant, host a small event there. That's how I meet people. Yeah. So I would love to catch up when you go back to Vietnam.
Great. Thank you so much, Vin. Appreciate your time today. Bye.
See you.